And we are live. Hey everyone. Hi, hey.
Hello, everyone. Hey.
All right, we're gonna wait for some people to get into the room and we're going to just turn on the countdown. Hey everyone. I hope you guys are all doing good. Hey. If you're coming into the room, tell us, hey, how are you all doing? Wow, this is honestly, guys, this is like an emergency, like live. We didn't want to do this, but we was like, okay, let's just go ahead and do it. It's like really late here, but we're not gonna keep this too long. But we just want to chat because you know, especially everything that went on in the Oscars. So we're just going to chat for a few minutes. Mm, Gonna wait for some people to get into the room. But anyways, hey Lucy, how are you?
Good. How are you, son?
I'm good. You watch the Oscars?
Yes, like that is something. I'll just first reserve my comments till we get the show started. But I
Yeah.
watched it overall. I mean, I was enjoying it until, what happened. So
Mm-hmm. Did you think that ruined your night?
it did because I wasn't expecting that to happen the way it did. Expecting this is a first, like, of Oscars that, um, Chris Rock is like presenting, and it's just, it's just it's kind of a little upsetting and very disappointing, honestly.
It really was. Like, it really was. I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I honestly thought it was staged.
At first, I thought it was staged, but then I realized that when I saw Chris Rock's face after
Mm-hmm.
that punch, I was like, okay, I don't think this is staged. I think this is for real, for real. And then afterwards, when Denzel Washington had to, like, come and, kind of mediate the situation and speak with Will, that I was like, okay, that wasn't staged. Because
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, it really, because if it was staged, it would have just been like, I don't know, it would have been, like, you would know it was staged, but I think this was for real, for real. And yeah, so I mean, let's just, go get it started. Like what were your definite thoughts about all of, like, what exactly happened?
Um, First of all, I just felt like that it ruined my night because I was kind of in and out watching the Oscars, and I was like updating, especially on our Instagram, especially the looks for the Oscars and some of the performance and stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, like Chris Rock, is hosting, especially Lupita, other people are hosting and stuff. So then I happened to turn on when he walked up the stage and he punched Chris Rock. That's where I watched it. And I was like, what happened? Like, how did it happen? Like, what happened? Like, what escalated this whole situation? So I went on Instagram and I saw that Chris Rock was making, jokes about Jada Pickett Smith and stuff about was saying something about GI Jane. So I didn't really understand it at first. I was like, okay, they have the same, similar hairstyle. I had to go look up GI Jane. So it was like the same similar hairstyle. So then people um people were, I guess, made the assumption that Chris Rock was making fun of Jada because was pretty much essentially just making fun of Jada because of her alopecia. She's talked about her struggling with alopecia and hair loss and stuff. So people thought it was very like an insensitive joke.
Right.
So people thought that's why, Will was just coming to defend his wife. Now, personally, I thought that I didn't really see it. I mean, I didn't really see it that way. And if Chris Rock was making fun of Jada, knowing that she had, she was struggling with alopecia, that would be wrong. And my question is, well, did he know she was struggling with alopecia? Like, because, was he aware of it? Was he, um, yeah, like, was he aware that, this is what she was struggling with? Like, what was, what was the backstory on that? Because if he was not aware that she was struggling with alopecia, and um and Will Smith just came to him and just smacked him, that was just honest. I thought that was just uncalled for. Absolutely uncalled for.
Definitely, I agree with you. It was definitely uncalled for. Like, why would you, you know, even okay, let's say, and I there's no way, and I'll say this, that I do not agree in any sensitive joke that was made and concerning, the alopecia situation, that commentary. I did not agree with that. However, I personally felt like there was a way that Will could have done that, in terms of like that commentary that was made about Jada. Will could have elite like maybe stepped Chris Rock aside, possibly after the awards and say, "Hey, I didn't like the comment that you made about my wife." My initial thought was I should have went up there and punched you or whatever. But I'm going to be honest with you, that was my initial thought. But let me just say this: I didn't like that, and I feel like you owe my wife maybe a public apology or something. So that's what I felt like the route that he could have, he could have taken. But no, it just went the other way around. And this definitely was not the right time and the right place to actually do that. Now, when I was thinking about why would Will Smith do that? Why would he actually put his hands on Chris Rock, right? I was like, well, looking after his speech that he made when he received the award, I personally felt that he was dealing with a lot of like possibly a misplaced anger, I would say, and he put that misplaced anger out on Chris Brown because that's what it like his face expressions, his cry just felt like this was a misplaced anger, and he had to unleash it on Chris Rock. That's exactly what it looked like.
Exactly. I was like, it just looked like rage. Like, it just looked like he was already dealing with something before, and then you had, Chris was just like his victim, that at that moment. Chris Rock was his victim. That's what it just looked like, because when I was like, okay, let me go ahead and, look at what GI Jane. And this was a picture of GI Jane. And I'm like, did Chris Rock know that, she was struggling with alopecia? Or did he just, okay, assume that this is like Jada just, had this had this, haircut, you know? So that's why I was thinking, okay, maybe he didn't know. Let's just give Chris Rock the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he did not know. Because I personally didn't know that Jada was struggling with alopecia, because I don't watch the Red Table, right? I don't watch the Red Table. Not everybody watches the Red Table, so you can't really assume everyone to know, like, okay, like, this is you can't really just make that assumption, right? So I didn't know. And maybe Chris Rock didn't know as well too, but that doesn't give Will Smith any right to even just, first of all, walk up to him in a on a live award show, the Oscars, at that, one of the biggest award shows like of the year, and just embarrass him. That's very, very embarrassing. It really is. It really is. And then, like, during the commercial break, you can literally have went up to Chris Rock and said, "Please stop talking about my wife," or yelled at him and say, "Stop talking about my wife." Right?
Or would
Because
he
he did
not
it at
have
the end.
exactly good point, Sin? Why could he not did this backstage? Like he could have been like, okay, this one is for my wife, right? And settle that backstage. Why did he do this on national television when this could have been? I'm not sure if Chris Rock ever hosted the Oscars. I think this is his first Oscar that he hosted.
Mhm.
And this is a one in an opportunity, one in a lifetime opportunity for him. And you went up there and did that at that. And after that, you also received an accolades for best actor award, or you received an award. So it's just like, okay, you just ruined someone's night, and then you end up
And
getting an award, and then
when
you
your
also
night was
gave-
made.
exactly, you also gave a speech on top of that why you were crying. It seemed like you were letting out a cry again, like we said, a misplaced anger, something you that was going on before, and you let all that pour out when you received that award. And on top of that, you also took your anger out on Chris Rock. Like,
Mhm.
it just seemed like everything was just, it was misplaced anger, because I felt like there was a different way he could have went about it when it comes to a situation like this. And then another thing I would like to say is that what happened when the whole August Alsina situation was going on. Why did he take that anger out on August Alsina? Why did he have to take it out on Chris Rock when August Alsina and that whole entanglement situation? I didn't see Will, roaring up, or thinking about doing anything to August Alsina. Why now you would do it to Chris Rock in one of his monumental moments in a lifetime, once in a lifetime opportunity for him, the Oscars. And how everyone knows how big the Oscars is.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, are it's just giving you like jealous, of course. Maybe were you supposed to host the Oscars? Are you It's just giving a little, jealousy tease. Like, are you jealous because Chris Rock is hosting the Oscars? Like, what's actually going on? Like, you've had your big moments, you've hosted big award shows. Like, let Chris Rock get his shine. And this just actually just came in. Chris Rock actually um he actually is pressing charges. So this is an
Okay.
official statement from Chris Rock. So he's actually pressing charges. So this is real. Official statement from LAPD. LAPD investigate entities and are aware of the incident between two individuals during the Academy Award program. The incident involved one individual slapping another. Individuals involved has declined to file a police report. If the involved party desires a police report at a later date, LAPD will be available to complete an investigation. So it looks like, I don't know, it looks like Chris Rock may be filing charges. So yeah. Um, so here, let's just go look. He slaps Chris Rock. He walks off
And he walks off the stage with a smirk on
with
his
a
face,
grin.
with a smirk or a grin in his face. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that Chris Rock should pursue with the charges. If that was me, I would pursue with the charges. Like, and I feel like people there, he's heard worse jokes about Jada, right? People have, so are you going to, let's say 1,000 people say things like, are you going to go to those 1,000 people and do the same thing that you did to Chris Rock on those 1,000 people that talk about Jada? Because Chris Rock is not the first person who says something about Jada. There's been plenty of people with the whole August Alsina entanglement situation. Jada has been a topic of conversation. So why is it now that in a moment like this, he makes a comment about Jada, you want to go up there and do something like this? And not just that, there's been plenty of comedians or just hosts that has made comments, right? But you don't see whoever those hosts make comments about go up there and just and put their hands on someone. It's happened that people say stuff all the time about people, but they don't go up there and just put their hands on, because again, it's the end of the it's a joke.
Exactly. And it's like, what's his name? Will Smith. He's a comedian. He's made multiple jokes about people. Has anyone came to smack him? No. But it's just like, out of all people, really, Will Smith, Chris Rock. Like, what is then it just gets me thinking, is there like some kind of animosity between them, between him and him and Chris Rock? Like, what's going on?
Exactly. And we could also look at it that way. Like, what exactly was it? What was the what was the wage behind it? Like, why did he decide to, you know, smack, smack Chris Rock? What was the reason behind it? Everyone makes comments about Jada all the time. Why is it now that you're taking your anger out on, Chris or someone like Chris Rock at the Oscars? Now, let's say if he decides to take the opportunity, and when Diddy made that comment about them setting out in one of his gold parties, why couldn't he just settle it there? Like, if he knew he was going to a party, he could have been like, "Oh, Chris, this is for my wife." Like, that would have been a different place for you to do it at. So, personally, we just do not agree. We did not agree what Will did to Chris. We said our reasons, and we definitely do not agree on the alopecia comment that was made by Chris Rock. However, this was not the place nor the time to put your hands on someone, especially your brother at that, someone who shares, similar futures. And no, that's not the way you do it. So, Sin. So we also wanted to also kind of discuss how it kind of affects, like, moving forward, how it affects others, like in terms of, like, color, African Americans, blacks, how this could possibly affect possibly future award shows like the Oscars, or not just that, but how outsiders are looking at this and thinking, oh, they finally gave them, this opportunity and this is what they do. It's basically like a slap in the face for, for black, for us blacks, right? It's just a slap in the face. It's like, why? Now, people may be looking at it like, oh, Will is just defending his wife. However, it just kind of brings out his character, and also everyone else. It also affects all of us as well. Us, us African Americans. It also affects us as well. It's just like, okay, this is what you do when they give you an opportunity like this, right? Just imagine if the roles were switched. Just imagine if Chris Rock was maybe, let's say, like Tom Hanks. If it was Tom Hanks, well, Will Smith would have went up there and did that to Tom Hanks.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So, Sim, what are your thoughts, like, when the roles are switched, and also in a more broad category, just with us being with Chris Rock being a African American man, and Will also being an African American man, and then this is the Oscars. How do you think this affects every other individual that was there? Just and then just knowing that this is the Oscars and how big the Oscars is, and those that actually own the Oscars.
I don't know. I mean, luckily, Will Smith, I'm pretty sure he probably doesn't care, if the Oscars ban him or not. He probably doesn't care, because he's at a status where he's like he can create his own, you know, he can create his own table. He doesn't need like the Oscars or anyone to he doesn't care if he's invited to the Oscars or not. But I think that if the roles were reversed and someone came someone came up and smacked Will Smith, let's say if he was talking about someone like a white person came up and smacked Will Smith, then we will be hearing all kinds of, an uproar.
Exactly. It would
Okay.
have been a different situation. It would have been a different conversation. But why is the same standard not held for for Will Smith in this? in this type of behavior? Why is it not mental health for him, this type of behavior? Because he wouldn't have done it again to elsewhere if it was someone with like Tom Hanks or,
Or
uh,
what if that Michael, the white, the what's his name? He's always makes jokes. Michael Rappaport. Him
exactly.
is oh yeah. But let's go ahead and play the video so we can just go ahead and look at it, dissect it for. Let's just go ahead and play it. Just
Wow! Wow! Out here! Oh, Richard! Oh, wow! Wow! Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
all right. So that was Chris Rock. The question is, why did why did Chris Rock not like maybe move or, run off the stage? Why was he still standing there?
You mean after Will smacked him?
No, when Will was coming. And where was security?
Well, maybe he wasn't expecting. Okay, let me just say, maybe he wasn't expecting that to happen. Like, I mean, why would he expect to actually get get slapped or, get his hands put on him? I don't think he was thinking that that would have happened. And then also, I mean, where was security? I mean, security, think about it. Security, they probably didn't have the security because they probably felt like, things like they weren't expecting something like this to happen. I mean, it's the Oscars. Come on, like everyone should I mean, I would think that everyone would be cooperative and civilized. I mean, is this the first of like whatever happened today with Will and Chris? Was this the first of the first?
Oh, I think this was the first of the first. It's fine.
Exactly. So it's just now they just made everyone is gonna even remember this. And let's not even talk about this. He even got an award. Will even got an award, but let's just say that whatever he did to Chris overshadowed the award that he actually received. Because to be quite honest with you, this is the only moment that I actually remembered besides anything else. No one even cares whoever else received an award. Everyone is talking about this particular situation.
Right. It's like everyone is talking about this particular situation because it's like it like just took over the whole like it just took over the whole award show. Everyone's talking about, oh, is Will was right. He was standing by his wife, but clearly I think it was just rage. I really think it was just rage. Like you literally can see you just can see in Will's, you know how when you look at someone's eyes you feel like, okay, something's just not right. There's something else going on. You know? Like there's something else going on besides it honestly wasn't the joke. It was not the joke that that caused Will to smack. Personally, I didn't think it was a joke that caused Will to smack Chris Rock. Everyone say, "Oh, it's a joke. It's a joke." It's not the joke. And I can just tell you that it was not the joke that caused Will to do that. Something else prompted him to do that. There was something else. Either something else happened or there was just something else caused him to do it because I'm just going to go ahead and replay the video again. Just you guys just look at Will's eyes and you can see it just was rage. Just look at Will's eyes.
I'm out here! Oh, Richard! Oh, wow! Wow!
Look,
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
look how Will's walking. He looks side to side. It wasn't the joke. And let me just go ahead and see if I can pull up other pictures. Okay. Now you see he has a grin in his face as he's walking out. I mean, you guys see it. Let what do you guys think? Do you guys like are you team are you do you think that what Will did was right or do you feel like he was, was it wrong?
Yeah, it's I have to agree, Sin. My initial thought it was definitely something else. There was more to this than just the joke that Chris Rock made. It wasn't just the G.I. Jane conversation commentary. It was more to it than what was actually said. I think that something possibly happened with Will and Jada or something happened before the show, before that particular moment, or this could be just things that's been said about Jada, possibly like
Mhm.
people have been coming for her, making comments about her looks and just different things. So this could just be like, okay, I'm sick of, I'm tired of you, you know, making comments, this. So I think that this is what it was about. He felt like, okay, maybe I'll use him to make an example.
Mhm. But okay, when we talk about making an example, why did he what August Alsina did, August Alsina was actually going on radio station and went on like literally on a tour talking about the situation with Will and Jada. Why did he didn't make an example out of August Alsina? Why Chris Rock? That's just that's just my question. Why Chris Rock? Why not August Alsina? It looked obviously everyone said, "Yeah, that's that Philly." Yeah, Will Smith brought out the Philly. Yeah, like they're saying, "Oh, he brought out the Philly." Okay, why did he didn't show that? Like, why did he didn't bring out the Philly when the whole August Alsina situation was happening? So it shows that he does have it in him. He has that Philly in him.
So, okay. So let's see here. Let's see what Miss Drea. Let's look at some comments. Okay, so Miss Drea says, I think Will was wrong, but I understand why he did it. No man is going to be okay with another man making fun of his wife the butt of a joke, making his wife the butt of a joke. Okay, I agree with. I mean, I like we initially said the joke that Will made, that Chris Rock made, we were not in support of it. We totally disagree. We totally disagree with that. Um, but I also think that like we said, there's been comments that's been made about Jada, like different people, other people have made comments like this about Jada. Um, Chris Rock is obviously not the first, and he's not going to be the last. But it's my question for Will is why did he decide to do it to Chris Rock? Why did he decide to choose this particular moment to do it to Chris Rock and use Chris Rock as an example? Was there motives behind this? Was there more? Because I couldn't believe, that another black man to another black man would do this at a monumental moment like this for this significant person. This is a significant moment, right? I felt like there was definitely a very a civilized way to do this. And Will has been on, different award shows. He's hosted some of the biggest award shows. He knows how this goes. Would he like it if someone was to do that to him in one of his moments? Why would he choose a time like this for Chris Rock to do it to him? And I think this is his first award that he's hosted. So why would he choose a particular moment like this to do that?
Well, actually, it's not. Okay, so it's not his first. So apparently, Chris Rock hosted the Oscars like a couple years ago, right? So he hosted Oscars a couple years ago. Apparently, he told one joke about Will and Jada boycotting the Oscars during that year. He told a joke. So I guess like they're saying people are saying, okay, Will is just it's like he's just tired of Chris Rock making jokes about him, making jokes about about him and Jada. It's like, okay, well, I mean, handle Chris Rock outside. Why are you do like why did you decide to do it on stage? Why? Handle him outside. Backstage, I would have been okay. If he would have handled him backstage, that would have been fine. Like during commercial break, just go to the, go to the back and just do what you have to do. Hold on. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's okay. And let us know if you guys are in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are in this situation. Please let us know. Because I'm just appalled. I mean, I am just appalled. Everyone's trying to, do their best to justify Will's action, but I see no justification in his action at all. Period. Like I really don't. Okay, so Miss Drea said, well, okay, so we all have our breaking point, which is true. We all do have our breaking point. Sometimes we don't know when or what may trigger us. Not justifying Will's action, but it's not like we went we went and, end the man. That's true. I get it. We all have our breaking point. No, there was a clip from Chris making jokes about them before. I just saw, yeah, that's all I was saying. There was a clip, Chris was making jokes um about Will and Jada boycotting the Oscars a few years ago, so it's like it looks like maybe Will and Jada is Chris Rock's, like he uses, he jokes with them a lot. Maybe. So maybe Will was tired. Maybe he was tired of it. Maybe he was just, he just wanted to show Chris Rock, like, listen, stop. So I guess I can see in that aspect. I guess, I can see in that aspect, but still, he should have never even punched Chris Rock. Okay. Any other thoughts?
I do. Yeah, I agree that definitely what Ms. Drea said about, people do have a breaking point. I could agree that the relationship was off limits. And also, okay, let's see what Ms. Drea says. Ms. Drea says also maybe Will had a conversation with Chris. Maybe Will has had a conversation with Chris before and could have agreed that the relationship was off limits. Oh, Drew, are you saying that that's what he could have done?
Or did he already?
Have that conversation with them? Let's see. Yeah, because if let's say if they did tell him that, hey, our relationship is off limits, because they've definitely have been on the scene with their relationship, the past year or two. So if let's say if he did tell him that, hey, don't discuss our relationship, then I could have understand. Maybe Will, was just hey, letting you know that enough is enough. Okay, so I'm saying maybe they already had that conversation behind the scenes. Okay, so you're saying that they possibly had the conversation and and he is still still said that about the okay. So that, yeah, we can definitely look at that as well. Like look at that angle. But another thing is more so of like, could there have been a different way that that Will could have handled this situation, considering that this is another black, and I'm not trying to bring like any like race or anything to it, but just considering that they're both, this is a Oscars, yes, but is there a way that this could have been, um, there could have been a different way Will could have gone about it? Because I get it, the jokes and making the jokes and stuff. And again, he's not gonna be the last who's gonna make these jokes. But was this was this the best way to go up there and hit him? And what would this actually solve? What would this solve? Will this I mean, will it shut him up? Will it shut Chris Rock up? Or, will this just be one of the moments where people are going to remember, oh, when Will Smith hit Chris Rock, will slap Chris Rock because the comment he made about his wife. So it's just like there's a going to be a linger, and people are going to remember this.
Exactly. I feel like people are going to definitely remember. That's the only thing people are going to remember. And I just saw that the Academy Awards, aka the Oscars, actually just released a statement. So the Academy does not condone, they're saying the Academy does not condone violence of any form. Tonight, we are delighted to celebrate our 94th Academy Award winners who deserve this amount of recognition from their peers and also lovers around the world. So, yeah, so they just released this is their official release statement. So, it looks like the Academy Awards, they just don't agree like what happened. They really just don't agree with what happened. And for them to even release this, that means that and also let's not forget that this was shown on live I mean this was like shown on live television, and there's also like sponsors and stuff um and sponsors, and there's also you know yeah, like sponsors and stuff, so this is like promoting violence on national television. So this is just not like a Will Smith, and the reason why I'm so upset is because it's not just a Will Smith and Chris Rock situation. Will Smith has essentially just like he just it's just wrong on all levels. Like it's like I mean, I don't really know how to put it together without like making it seem like just trying to just blame Will Smith, but it literally has just I'm just gonna say they're gonna just think twice before they invite us back, or they're going to be rethinking. Because don't forget, there's sponsors that sponsors, commercial breaks, all these things. So, I mean, for the Academy Award to put out the statement, that means that it just wasn't a good look. It really wasn't a good look. Yeah, I mean, yes, I get it, Miss Drea. Yeah, like we do see people fighting on television all the time. And yes, it was live, but it's not the end. Yeah, I mean, I understand it's really not it's not the end of the world. Like I understand that. But the thing about it is just like a big award show, like the Academy Awards, the big award show. And I get it. Like it's really not the end of the world. People fight all the time on television, but look how so those people that fight all the time on television, how do they look? Like when talk about people like I don't know, like um Evelyn Lozada, she will always be known as a violent individual. That's how people see her, and I don't want people to see to for Will Smith to be known as someone that, you know, someone that's violent, someone that's erratic, or any of those. I don't want to see him be known as that because he has created such a name for himself. He's won multiple different awards, and I just don't want this to be like a situation that is going to dim his other accomplishments. Like that's not what I would like to see. So that's why I was really upset that he actually did that. Yeah. Any other thoughts, Lucy?
No, I definitely agree. I definitely agree because I mean, we're when we're talking, initially when we started talking, we were looking at it more so of, okay, should he have done that, or should he have not? Um, but now that you brought a different point, it's like, okay, now they're going to be looking at this person who has been in his level of his career, Will Smith, and then they're looking at him like, okay, yeah, he was defending his wife, but however, the other side is going to look at, oh, this man is uncivilized, he's violent, and just how all these different, they're going to try to label him regardless. So it's like it's not looking good for either side, right? So yeah, there's people on this side who's saying yes, you should have, thank you for protecting, black women, thank you for protecting your wife. And then you also have this side where it's just like, we're still labeling you. We're still, you're still, regardless of how many awards you have, regardless if you're the best actor or, you're a good actor or whatever, you are still, violent. So it's just like at the end of the day, no one it's not looking good for each side. So that's just kind of my thoughts on that. All right, let's read some comments. And hello, everyone out there in the chat. If you have not, please do hit and hit the subscribe button if you have not, and hit that like button. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. Julius said they hardly invite us or nominate us for our work as it is. True. It really looks so. Belize and JB says it really looks staged to me. Honestly, Belize, I would agree. I initially thought it looked staged. I mean, we're hoping that it was staged, but now that it's gone to this level where the Academy Awards has, they've left, they've actually put out like a what is this what do they leave, like kind of like a news flash, kind of letting them, they don't condone violence. So it's just like at this point it's not staged anymore. Initially it was, but then it's not. I don't think it is. And then the fact that Denzel Washington had to kind of like confront Will and stuff, so I don't think it was actually staged. And what kind of publicity or what kind of attraction would they want from something like this? Okay, so Jerry says, I understand what you're saying, but Will has been in the industry for over 30 years. Are people really that small minded to think that that is how he acts all the time? Right, Drew. But like, when we're talking about the other side, we're talking about, um, the Caucasians, and of course, they're not going to be thinking, oh, this is how he acts, or whether he's not. At the end, they're just going to say, okay, this is it. Like, it's kind of like they're just, okay, we expected this, and you guys actually proved us right. Kind of, it's just, that mentality. And I'm not calling y'all small-minded. I hope it doesn't. Oh no, no, I totally get you. I don't think it was staged because I heard that Chris Rock would not finish. Oh wow. Oh wow. So yeah, like it's not. I don't think it was. I agree with you, Drew. I don't think it was staged. I initially thought when I saw that, I was like, I hope this is staged. But no, after I looked at it, just looked at the way everything happened, and then Denzel confronting him, like comforting a Will, and then Will receiving his award, and he's crying and he's making his like apologies. Then I really don't think it was staged. Okay, thank you so much, Lise, for correcting. Chris Rock wasn't a host, he was a presenter. Thank you so much for that. All right. So yeah, but either way, like he did come up there and he did say a few things. So he actually, I mean, he was still up there. Whether if he was presenting or if he was hosting, he was still up there. So it's just at this point, it's just not looking good. All right. Sin, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so it's just like I said, like I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else more to say. It's just like I said, it's just not looking good. I don't know. It to me it just looks like there's some kind of animosity between serious animosity between because it just didn't it looked like someone it looked like he just had it out for really had it out for Chris Rock. Like it just didn't look like it didn't look like just, "Oh, you were just talking about my wife." No, it looked more of like rage, like, "Listen, whenever I" it looks just more, like, "Whenever I see you, oh, you're gonna get it, or it's on site." That's what it just looked like to me with the Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Yeah. Or it
I
could
mean
have been like, "Hey, like, I'm tired of, like, I've been hearing so much stuff about my wife. Like, I feel like if I don't do anything, I feel like, I'm not protecting her, or, I'm just letting people say whatever, do whatever. Like, I feel like this is my time to, let everyone know, like, since everyone is gonna be watching this, let them know that I'm gonna protect my wife, and I don't, whatever they say about her, I am not in support and I do not like it. So this was probably opportunity for him to, like, make that message clear.
exactly, just, like,
'Cause
make him
everyone was, yeah, like, this is, I mean, everyone around the world is watching this, so this was probably his message, like, okay, like, this is it, like, I'm not having it anymore. And knowing that Chris Rock has made comments, in the past regarding both of them, then yeah, this could possibly be an opportunity where, okay, like, you've made comments, and I feel like we've been getting, me and Jada have been through with our relationship in the last year or two, and then now you're adding on to, like, kind of like the kind of like talking about us. So now, I'm gonna have to make an example out of you. So
right, like, he wanted to make an example out of Chris. But can we also talk about how I really, really appreciate how composed Chris Rock was. Because just imagine if Chris Rock had retaliated back and Will walked off with so much confidence, like he knew Chris Rock was not gonna retaliate back. Because what if it was just like, everyone just goes crazy. Chris Rock came back while Will had his back turned and just start like just maybe punched him in the head, like hit him or smacked him or something. How would that look?
exactly. What if, this
Or
was
threw the microphone at him, like, come on. While he was walking back, and what if, like, it was just mad day for everybody, and and Chris Rock just, like, retaliated back while he was like, Will Smith was walking. And yeah, I don't know, like, maybe, through the microphone, like, something, right? Like, okay, what if, like, in this position, I mean, Chris Chris Rock literally I'm sorry, I'm trying to not to laugh, but that's just the only way, like, humor is the only way I can really, like, because I was really upset during the situation. But like, okay, what if Chris Rock at this moment, like, look how Chris Rock was just so composed. What if he had like threw the microphone while at Will Smith while he was walking back? Like Will Smith was walking back with so much confidence, like, yeah, I know Chris is not gonna do anything.
right, right. Right. So, and then again, okay, so this kind of like, okay, so let me see. Bleed says the three female hosts were making joke of people in the audience. That's why I felt it was staged. And Bleed, I kind of like. Then I'm looking at this picture here on display of Will, how he was smiling. So then again, it could seem like it was staged, but it's like, who would what? I mean, why would this type of event happen at the Oscars? Whether if it was staged or if it was not. I mean, what kind of tension were they trying to receive? Because now it has went viral and retracting from this, you can retract from this easily, right? When everyone already saw it's gone viral, it's just like at this point, whether it's if it was staged or not, like is the deal is done. So I don't know. And then I'm kind of looking at Will. He's like kind of grinning, smirking. And yeah, I don't know if he was smirking or grinning because it was staged, or he was grinning or smirking because he felt like he got, you know, he released his whatever was going inside of him, with the emotions and stuff. Okay, so Miss Drea says it would look like a man defending himself against assault. I don't think he would have been wrong. He had hit Will back. I would. Oh wait, sorry. It would look like a man defending himself against assault. I don't think he would have been wrong had he hit Will back. Okay.
Exactly. That's my thing. Chris was literally just standing now. Just imagine if it was like maybe like I don't know, like maybe P Diddy or Jay Z and Will had done that too, like or one of these like rappers that make like they're very playful and stuff. I mean, would Will have done that? And also like, and they start retaliating back while Will, just I don't know, maybe attacked him from behind or something while he's walking back, Chris really just really did compose himself. He put his hand, he was the reason why he put his hand behind his back, he was restraining himself. He was honestly restraining himself because he literally could have threw that microphone at will.
Right. I agree. I agree. He was so well composed. And I mean, look, he's just standing there. So again, could this have been staged? Like it's like, okay, now we're going back to was this staged? Like, but I don't think so. I think stage at this point is out of my question. Um, yep, and Chris is standing there, right, please. Okay, Ms. Dree said, I'm sorry, it's just the selective outrage from the media because we saw inciting violence at his rallies in front of millions of people, and he was still elected to be our president.
But the one I'm gonna put myself in Chris's place. Who wants to get hit around or smacked at the Academy Award? Not me. Like, no, I'm sorry. Like whenever Chris is a victim, he is the victim. Like I try to put myself in the victim's place. Chris is the victim. But yeah, no, I definitely understand. Like, I mean, we saw that during you know, the rallies and stuff. And yeah, like promoting violence and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I definitely, but I think it's just like I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just the way that I don't know, like it's tough. It's tough. The punch look okay, so Belize, you're still thinking the punch is like this is stage? You're really still thinking this is stage? I don't know. I feel like it's not. I don't know. A part of me thinks that okay, like at first I did think it was stage. Like I was like, oh, what's a stage? Because one, the way that Will walked out, but the reason why I'm not thinking it's stage anymore is because is because of the Academy Award. They put out a statement. They put out a statement. I don't know if you let me just place it again. They put out a statement. So they said the Academy does not condone violence of any form. Tonight, we are delighted to celebrate our 94th Academy Award winners who deserve this moment of recognition from their peers and move lovers around the world. Yeah, so I don't know, but like if honestly, if Chris Rock um Will Smith are playing a joke on us, this is not a funny joke. It really is not a funny joke. But I don't know. I don't think it's staged. Hmm. Anything else?
Let me see. I don't honestly, I think that we've laid everything else out. I mean, I think my only question would be moving forward, how will knowing that this happened, right? How will how will Chris Rock proceed in terms of his jokes? I wonder, and not just Chris Rock, but everyone else who who jokes like this. I mean, would they would they be more cautious in the jokes that they make, or is it just like, okay, this just happened? I mean, this is just between Chris Rock and Will Smith. Like, it's just it's like out of nowhere, this just happened, right? This has never happened before, so I don't know. Could this change? Could this change things? Maybe there's going to be more securities. Can it be that securities are now going to be on stage? Like maybe around now, just because like this happened. Do you guys think this could possibly happen? I mean, they probably do have securities, but do you guys feel like the securities are going to be near on stage, just kind of moving forward? 'Cause I mean, no one really expected that to happen. Because I know, Sing, you were saying earlier, like, where were securities, right? Like, but it was just like, because I mean, no one expected this to happen like this, but it did. So, yeah. And it seems like, and it seems like also, people are really cheering, like some actors and actresses are also cheering Will on. So I mean, some people agree with him and some people are, you know, and I'm hearing a lot of favorable for Will, right? So yeah.
But the thing about everyone is using was okay, was Chris aware, because we can't just okay, was Chris aware that Jada had an autoimmune disorder? Cuz that's where it's just like, okay, was he aware that Jada had an autoimmune disorder? Or is it just like a statement that someone made? Oh, like this is why he did it. Was he aware that she had an autoimmune?
That's a good question. I mean, knowing that, I mean, they said they had a good relationship, both Chris Rock and Will. So I'm thinking maybe he did. I mean, it's been on the media, so I'm pretty sure. I mean, hello, I'm pretty sure he possibly knew. He had to have known, right?
That she had autoimmune?
Yeah, because I'm thinking like, I mean, everyone else around did, right? Because didn't the public know?
Well, they said that she, talked about in her red table that she was suffering from an autoimmune disorder, which is alopecia.
But then people could also look at it. Well, why would you go there? Like when it comes to just making fun of, just even whatever it is. Why would you making fun of anyone's look? Right? People could look at it that way.
Yeah, but they're saying that okay, so this is, and I feel like Jada, either way, like she looks beautiful, she
Yeah,
looks
she
beautiful, and
does.
I know, yeah, autoimmune is definitely like it's really tough because it changes you. First of all, your confidence, it changes you physically, it just changes you emotionally. So I think that anything that, like, I think that the comment about the GI Joe. Now look at this is of course, you if you guys watch um seen the movie GI Joe with Demi Moore, the low haircut, everything. So maybe he felt like, okay, like, oh, Jada, Like the whole haircut looks like, you may be making a movie for I don't know, like G.I. Joe, right? And also like her outfit was very like superhero-esque. So maybe he wasn't aware. Maybe he wasn't aware, maybe he was aware. But I can see where that really hurt Jada. Just any mention of her look or her hair, yeah, that's gonna be a trigger point. And you can see, she looked that well. It looks like she's just getting tired of it. That's definitely going to be a trigger point.
Right. I agree. So it's like, oh, let's just say, okay, so let me just say that, let's just say, um, that, possibly I agree that Will, he expressed the way he felt, by doing that to Chris, Chris Rock. But then my question is to Will, and this is where I do disagree, is why do it there?
Mhm.
Why do it at this type of occasion? Why let this out? Like, because I just say, you're making this type of comment about, my significant other, okay, I'm tired of it. So I'm just, I totally agree. People should, express how they feel, right? And I'm nowhere, saying that, against anyone putting their hands on anyone, but I'm just saying, if that was the way he chooses to, get that out, then fine. But I'm just saying, why choose that particular event to do that? That's where I do not, where I totally disagree.
Exactly.
All right. So we said Will Smith is on the news now apologizing. Yes. So yes, Lisa. So I think maybe you saw this. Maybe this was a little bit late, but yeah, this is I think it's real for real. Because
Yeah.
even other actress, like other, like, his
Colleagues.
yeah, his colleagues, or even like, like I said, they were kind of supporting him in a way. They're also putting out like, comments and stuff. So I think this is real.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So anyone else has anything else to say? Like, or anyone else want to come up? We can try to drop the link if anyone wants to come up. I know it's like really late. I don't know where anyone else is at, but it's late here. So let's see. Yes, so Sin just dropped the link. If anyone wants to come up, you are free to do so, and just kind of let us know what your thoughts are or how you feel on this particular issue. Oh, Blise, you're in California. Wow. Okay, so it's maybe like, is it like 11 or something? 11 p.m. or something, or 10? I know you guys are like a little bit early.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone want to come up? Oh, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it is 11. Okay. Okay. So, Sin, like, what did you, okay, so let's say, do you feel like, um, I mean, how do you feel? Okay, let's look at now. Let's kind of look at Chris Rock, right? How do you feel like Chris Rock felt? Like, do you feel like he feels embarrassed, or like,
He
where?
feels he feels emasculated. That's how he feels. Like he literally like it's like a male literally just punched him.
Another melt? Yeah.
Another male just punched him on it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It,
Okay.
it's embarrassing.
Okay. So here's another comment from Betty Black. And she says, Will Smith, you're the man. You're defended your wife's honor. Okay. I mean, there's, people who are, are for Will. Like they, they think that, that he did what he's supposed to do. He defended his wife. Okay. Okay. Um,
And let's just get okay. Now, I do see people who are like, oh, really defending Will and stuff, but are people just defending Will because of, he has a high, he's a little bit more popular than Chris, or people are just looking at the situation? Like, I want to see how are people looking at it? Are people looking at it, okay, yes, like Will, you defended Jada because of, um the comments, the insensitive comments that um Chris Rock made, right? But the question is, did he know? Did he know that, Jada was struggling from an autoimmune? Was he aware of that? That's the first question. First of all, was he aware? The second question is, Will, why then? Why there? Why did you do it there? That's the second question. Right? The second question is, why there? Why did you do it? And the third question is, are people just, in favor of Will and Jada because of their status compared to Chris?
yeah, those are good questions. Because again, that my initial question was, why there? Why, why was it this particular situation, this particular event that he chose to do this? So that's definitely my question to Will, because I mean, an event like this, I was not expecting this to happen, and I don't think anyone else was. So that's just my question. And let's say, they did, let's say they are friends, or they've had conversations like in a past or whatever. I mean, could this have been like a situation where you say you can even come out and say, after the Oscars last night, I did not like the comment that, Chris Rock's made about my wife. I would like for Chris Rock to publicly apologize to my wife. You could have made, that could have been a different way you could have gone about it. But come on, like, let's look at it this way. Why did this choose to happen? Like, why did he choose to, like, let this happen at this particular event? I think that's one of my main questions. Why there? Why there? And why, why did he choose to, put his hands on Chris Rock?
Mhm. That's true. And also, let's talk about moving forward. Where do we go from here? Like, does Chris owe Jada an apology? Which I think he should definitely apologize to Jada if he was making those remarks about her condition or using that, as a joke. No, that's absolutely not a joke. And also, I feel like Will should also apologize to Chris as well too. Not just because that apology that he gave was whack. To be quite honest, it was whack. First of all, he didn't apologize to Chris. He apologized for his behavior and his misconduct at the Academy Award, right? So he didn't apologize to Chris. So I feel like if he's going to apologize to Chris, it better be public because you embarrassed him publicly.
Right. And the same, that's what I'm saying. It's the same. I feel like everything, even the apologies, just even like Chris Rock, he definitely does deserve to apologize to Jada, right? And he should do that publicly. The same thing for Will. If you're gonna apologize, you do it like you do it publicly, right? You did that publicly, so you should apologize publicly. That's just my thought on that.
Hmm. And if you were Chris Rock, would you press charges?
Right. What are your thoughts, guys? Would you guys press charge if you guys were Chris Rock? I mean, for those, who maybe stand on a different
Who may
ground.
be at the edge? What would you do? How do we resolve this?
Right. How would we resolve this particular situation? Because yeah, let's say if we're helping the Grammys, I mean we're helping, sorry, the Oscars, how would we rectify this situation? How we rectify the situation? Because it like I think so far Chris has not pressed charges. So, like he's probably just like he's as shocked as some of us are. Like, so uh I don't know. Sim, would you press charges if you were in this particular situation, if you were Chris Rock?
Yes, I would.
So
I'm sorry.
why would you press
Because someone assaulted you on live television. Yes, I would.
charges? Um
I'm s- like, yeah. I mean, okay, what would you do, Lucy?
um honestly, I would okay, okay, I would possibly ask, that let's say he didn't apologize, right? I think that Will should apologize. Both of them should apologize, right? Let's say if Chris did go out and make that apology to Jada or to Will, like about the comment that he made, I feel like Will should return back. And also, either way, there should be an apology made. If that apology is not made, then I'm going to move forward with pressing charges. But another thing that kind of got me was the fact that he, after all of this, right? It tends, and not just him, like after something like this happens, people make comments afterwards. It's like after you did what you did, like um, you acted out, you did all of this, then you come to apologize. Like, it's like, was this like a meditated, like what?
Yeah.
And then it's like another question now. Was this all premeditated? Like, okay, if he says something out of the blues about my wife, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna have to go up there and do something. So it's like now I'm thinking, was this premeditated? Like, was this like, okay, I'm not taking this from you on this and this because you've said something about my wife in the past. However, this particular award show, I'm not going to let it slide. So it's like, was this premeditated? Because it's like every time something like this happens, they apologize after they do, they do the crime. I don't know, like they do the crime, then they apologize.
And the thing about it, it's like my thing, the reason why I am not, yeah, I understand. Trust me, I understand the situation with Chris Rock about the situation with the autoimmune and Jada's condition. I am taking that into account. But the fact, I'm just gonna play this video again, you guys. Okay, hold on.
I'm out here. Richard.
Okay. Will Smith is walking, taking his time walking. So it's like in any second, he could have said, "Let me just go back. Let me just, confront Chris Rock and tell him stop talking about my wife." There. But he raised his hand and not only punched Chris Rock, he actually slapped him.
Richard. Oh, wow.
Right. And it was very tough. He slapped him, very like, he really, really went in on Chris Rock. So for people asking, oh, would you press? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I know, no. Chris Rock is not pressing charges, He's not pressing charges, but we're just asking each other, if you were Chris Rock, would you press charges? I said, yeah, I would press charges. Yeah, I would. And Lucy, I think you said, what did you say?
I said I would too press charges if he didn't apologize, right? Like, if you didn't apologize to me that you did that, then
Publicly. Yeah, he had to apologize publicly because you embarrassed him publicly.
Yeah, because it's like, was this? I don't know. Is this giving me like this was premeditated?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking it's premeditated because I'm thinking like he apologized, right? Like he's just like, oh, I'm so I'm sorry that this happened. This is, but then you could have controlled your action, right? But it's just like, okay, it's just like this. But it's something that could have been controlled. Like, so I'm thinking, I don't know. It's giving me premeditated. Like, if he say something about my wife, because again, like we said, this, obviously there's this particular jokes, or there's been jokes made about Jada in the past and from Chris Rock, or but so I don't know. Maybe Will's like, I'm gonna everything that we've been going through as a couple, the stuff that's been said about us. Maybe if maybe again, like we said, there may be things that was hovering and like emotional, that was going around, like was going through Will's mind, that he felt like if one more person says something, or if he says something, because he's always saying something about my wife, I'm gonna have to make an example. I'm just gonna have to release all of that, on someone. So again, misplaced anger. But it's just like, my question is, um, even if you did, because I'm all for protecting your significant other. I'm so for it. But I think, like I always say, the question is, why do it at that particular um event, right? Because I mean, let's say if it was done elsewhere, right? I would be, oh, cool, like but it was just done at the Oscars. Come on, the Oscars. So that's just my take on that. Okay, so let's see, ask if you want to put charges. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, that's we saw that too. Yeah, so I don't know. Send any other comments and just any other thoughts to this.
No,
Uh,
I don't have anything else to say, but I mean, I'll definitely be keeping up with the story to see how it goes, how all of this turns out. I really will. I will be keeping up with all of this, the stories, see how all of this turns out, because this is just ridiculous. It's honestly just ridiculous, and I just wanna see how everything turns out, what are people's thoughts? Because this is just interesting. It's like you can see like, no I feel like no one's wrong in the situation, like, I mean, with whatever side you're on, if you feel like Will is right, if you feel like Will's action is justified, okay, fine. I feel like no one is, there's no right or wrong, like, answer.
right, right. True. Okay, let's see if we have some more comments. Okay. Betty says everyone knows about Jada's hair loss condition when she said it on TV. Jada looked like she was going to cry. Jada looked like she was going to cry. And that's not what I was asking, like, and I think Sin was also asking, was he so I guess if Betty's saying that, he should have known, and but he if he didn't know, then I don't know, like, I think for me, knowing that he knows this couple, right? And I felt like he should have known. And then even if he didn't know, right? I mean, looks, especially women's looks, sometimes because you don't know what anyone is going through, is out of the question. So I think that was an insensitive comment that was made there. And we were no way supporting any comments that, Chris made about Jada. We are definitely not in support of that. No, 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 no. But our question was, why did he decide to put his hands on him in that, at that particular occasion? So, yeah, we're definitely not in the support of that particular comment. It was not um a nice comment at all. So, but yeah, I don't know. I think moving forward, I don't. Do you think that Do you think that they're gonna end up apologizing, or Sin? What do you think? No apologies or apologies? What do you think about that? Do you think the apologies are gonna be made? Mm.
Most likely, I think so. I mean, I feel like because of um I think out of pressure, Will's gonna make an apology just out of pressure.
Do you feel like Chris should accept the apology or no?
Mm, I mean, no, I don't know. I think that Chris, I mean, if he wants to be like, like, oh, let me accept the apology. I think that I think that it has to be public for him to accept it. Either way, then Will Smith just I don't know, it's hard to say. That's why I felt like if I was Chris, I would've just went on with the charges. Because if he would have done that to a white man, they would have pressed immediately. No question, no if, buts, questions asked. So, I don't know. Now Chris, yeah, he probably decide not to, but I'm just saying if that was me, yeah. LAPD.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to be able to rectify this situation. Um, and especially that Will actually apologized afterwards, but he didn't apologize to. He just apologized
To the Academy
to the
Awards.
Academy Awards, but not the individual that 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 he was involved in this with. So I don't know. Maybe for me, I would be, I think I would definitely go with the charges and say, hey, if you don't like, apologize to me because I feel like there was different way we could have went about this, right? But
Mhm.
he decided to take that route.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of like all our thoughts. We just decided to share our thoughts on this particular issue. I'm pretty sure everyone out there was as shocked. I mean, some of us probably thinks it's still staged. So we're as shocked as you all are. So that's why we were just like, okay, we have to talk about this just to kind of get our thoughts out there and just kind of what everyone else is thinking. So yeah. And again, like we're not defending anyone. No one is right or wrong. No one is right in this situation. No one. Not Chris, at least in our, not Chris, not Will. No one is right in this situation. This was just wrong, wrong, wrong.
Like, yeah, like no one's right in this
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, no one's right in this
There's
situation.
different ways you can look at it. So,
Yeah, but it's definitely good to hear everyone's viewpoints, everyone's perspective. Um, Betty Black said Chris Rock knows that he was wrong. And Betty, you could is because Sin mentioned he was very like after he got that happened, he was just kind of so you said he was just kind of standing, he was very composed, right?
yeah, he
Yeah,
had
maybe
his
he was
hand behind
like
his back.
yeah, like he was just like, did he just did do this to me? So he was probably not expecting it. So
Yeah, for sure. He definitely was not expecting it. He was not expecting that at all. So yeah, I think he probably know, okay, oh, I don't know.
I kind of see where you're
Um,
going, Betty, with that. That's not like for real. He was like, oh,
Oh, Lucy, I think you're breaking up a little bit. Interesting belief. You said it was a heat of the moment thing. He didn't plan it. Oh, I don't know. I guess like everyone, but for me, I just felt like I really do feel like he actually like it was in the back of his mind. He had an option to stop, but he continued, you know? So I think he could have went back, but he continued. So I just feel like, yeah, in a way, it's in the heat of the moment thing, but he could have stopped. He could have went back. Like, let me just play the video again.
Wow.
Okay, Oops.
I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow.
He's walking.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Okay, so yeah, I think that yeah, it definitely was. It could be, you can look at it as an the heat of the moment, but then it could also, like, to me, I felt like he had an option to compose himself, to control himself. So I think, and and then yeah, it is just in the heat of the moment. Like, that's why I said okay. It looked like just a rage. It looked like he was just taking things out on Chris Chris Rock. Now I know everyone may not agree with, my position and my stance in this, but that's just how I saw it. That's how I saw it. And I understand everyone's viewpoint and stuff. So yeah. But if you're watching the replay, let us know what your thoughts are. Like, do you think that this was just like a heat of the moment? Do you think it was planned, or do you think it was just like rage? Or who do you think was at fault? And how do we actually fix this? How do we make this better? How do because egos are definitely at stake. Egos are at stake. How do we just, how can both Chris and I'm not even Jada is not even include, because she didn't do anything wrong. She was an innocent bystander. Jada was an innocent bystander. I my I'm mostly concerned with Will and Chris. How can they make this better? How can they make the situation better? So, yeah. But I think it's getting pretty late here. I want to know what your thoughts are. If you have not liked this video, please like this video. Let us know. We really appreciate it. Thank you all once again. Thank you for all the people in the comments. We really appreciate it. Thanks once again. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. It was so much fun, chatting with you all, especially with this whole situation. And this was definitely an emergency chat. It was an emergency live. I was like, we need to talk about this. We really need to talk about this. But yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks. Good night. Good night. Good night. And yeah, bye.